Hey guys, this is Cam for 15, joined by my Uncle Darrell. We are back on Cam for 15 Talk Sports as we're here with another Chicago Bears game recap. More pretty heartbreaking loss because you would think common sense wise, you've been playing football all your life. If it's late in a game and you only have like one timeout, what's the best thing to preserve that timeout? Get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds.
On the last, so we'll talk about the game. On the last play of the game by the Bears, Justin Fields, he throws it out. Cool. Emar Smith Marset catches it. He makes a nice move. He gets out of a tackle, and I'm just over here. Me and my dad on the TV are watching the game. Just get out. Just walk out of bounds. Literally walk out of bounds. But he wants to try to show up his former team that cut him and tried to get a little bit extra instead of just doing the smart, sensible thing. Just get out of bounds. The drive continues. The Bears were driving. It looks like they were going to get into the red zone and potentially tie this game up. But now that won't happen because a legitimate idiot not being aware of the situation. And I tell my players when I coach football, be aware of the situation that you're in. He was not aware. He tried to show up his team up. And when you try to do that and try to make selfish plays, bad things end up happening. And because of that, he single-handedly cost the Bears a chance to tie the game and maybe go to overtime. But overall, my thing about this game was, I'll be honest, at first, I didn't like what I was seeing. I thought we were going to get blown out probably 40-3 or something like that. But all of a sudden, Justin Fields makes something happen with a great pass, but more of a great catch by Darnell Mooney. And they freaking just, from that point on, they had momentum in the game. Then it led into the second half and everything. So I'll say this. From an offensive standpoint, from Justin Fields' standpoint, I thought so far right now, this was his best game. So that's a good start. He had a really good game. He didn't have the best game in the Giants game, but he had a solid game in the Giants game. You could say he had a much better game here. Now, still, if you look at the stats, it's not impressive, but I thought, honestly, he got the ball out a lot quicker. A little bit on that last drive. He was holding on the ball too long, but even then, he was still making something out of nothing. I blame that more on the offensive line because they were letting these guys just get to him. But he got the ball out quickly. I thought he got the ball out pretty decisively at some parts in the game. I actually saw some play calls that, my God, I was asking for. We saw a slant for once in this game.
Yep.
So Cole Kmet. And I'm like, more of that, please. We should do that more in the freaking red zone. The one thing I didn't see, I wish they did more play action pass, especially under center. The Vikings were really, at some point in the game, they were really biting hard on that run. And you could tell, like, they're biting hard on that run. Get under center, run a play action pass. You'll get them right then and there. Heck, even on that 3rd and 2, when they just ran up the middle before they took the game-leading field goal, I thought Justin Fields should have pulled that one right there because they were selling out all the way on the run. So that's something they can watch on film. Tell Fields, hey, if you see them crashing, if you see the ends and everybody crashing down, just take the ball and pull it and run up the freaking sideline, and you'll get the first down and maybe even more. You did have some now, we would have had a touchdown off a very phantom block in the back. I think that's more selling by that defensive back because I don't know. There was another phantom call, but thank God Kendall Vildor picked it off. Later off that stupid holding call or whatever on thing. But offensively, I liked what I saw from Justin Fields. Weapons wise, Emar Smith Marset, he can stay in Minnesota for all I care. He can get cut. Same goes to Dante Pettis. That's 3 drops in a row. Now, he made it up on the 2-point conversion catch, but that got stuffed anyways, but whatever. He's dropped 3 passes, 3 very important catches, and it's really hurt the offense. The one back shoulder fade at the Giants game that could have got a first down. He dropped an out route. Yes, was it a little bit behind him, but it still hit his hands. And if you're a receiver, ball hits your hands, and it's a catchable ball. And then he couldn't even catch a freaking pass that, hey, he extended for it. You got to make that catch. Dante Pettis, listen, it goes to show that these weapons are non-existent. At some part, yes, we can blame Fields, but at the other parts, his weapons got to do something and help him out. And it's just like, dude, just cut Pettis. There's better guys on the market. Will Fuller's out there. I know he always gets hurt, but Jesus, if he gets hurt, hey, just use him, then cut him after he gets hurt. T.Y. Hilton's out on the market. That's a name you could use potentially. D.D. Westbrook, I don't care. Just get something. People that I know can catch the football. I still want Bayless Jones playing more offense. He did get a touch on the one offensive snap he did have. Still waiting for more offensive snaps on him. Defensively, I thought early on they were just getting absolutely picked on. And the one play when it was like the double pass from Justin Jefferson to Dalvin Cook, I was straight up, they're just toying with us. They went into halftime, made adjustments, and they battled back, and they actually had more momentum. I didn't like the fact that they gave up the touchdown, let them go all down the field and score a touchdown. They sit back in a zone when they should just be staying man and go blitz across the board, but that's just me. I didn't like how they gave that touchdown late in the game because it's a 1-point game. What do you have left to lose? But I thought the defense played better. Kyler Gordon, he stepped his play up. I actually thought he actually showed up for once this game. Kindle Vildor, I've been a critic of Kindle Vildor. I thought he looked nice the game. The one interception he had was a good game-changing moment at that point in the game. I still think I still think the defensive line absolutely is horrid because they're still getting gashed up the middle and they can't get no pressure. Roquan Smith, he didn't play good. He had another bad play today where he should have stuffed a screen, but he didn't. He let Dalvin Cook go loose again, just like he did with Saquon last week. Robert Quinn, he got his 18 sacks, broke the single season sack record last year, and then all of a sudden he's an absolute no-show. Now I know he's pretty much the premier guy, but I'm starting to wonder, Poles, you probably should have traded this guy in the offseason, as well as when you traded Khalil Mack and got some picks, because this team was a rebuilding team. Why have him now? You might get maybe a 4th or 5th for him now because his trade value is low now because he hasn't really done anything this year. But like I said, I thought in the grand scheme of things, this was a step in a good direction. And for once, the one thing I took away most, I loved finally, it takes the Bears coaches 5 weeks to realize, let's just get aggressive up in here. It was about time. The one drive where they just said, screw it. They opened up the playbook, I guess, to an extent. They let Justin Fields throw the ball. He made things happen. And then the onside kick. Now, I didn't like the onside kick at all. I didn't like that position. And then I guess even if you want to go to the 2-point conversion, they got aggressive out of nowhere. If the Bears are going to lose, I want them to lose aggressively. That's just my take. But overall, I'm disappointed with the way that they lost. But I'm honestly not. I'm honestly not too mad. I'm actually kind of content with where I'm at, especially going to the Thursday night game.
Well, I'm pretty much on the same boat that you are. There was a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that we could have done better. The first half was just, it was just same old Bears. Second half, it looked like it was just a brand new team where they just said, you know what, let's just forget it, man. Let's just open up the playbook and let's see what this kid can do. Yes, let's see what this kid can do. And Justin Fields showed them that, yes, given a chance, he can actually be a very effective quarterback. There was a few things I wish we could have had laid back, but the blocking and back on the touch on Justin Fields run for a touchdown. Yeah, he sold it, but at the same time, why did he sell it? Because
yep, and guess who was the main reason? Marset.
Yeah, because Marset, was behind him, had his hands on him. Whether he pushed or not is irrelevant. Whether he sold it or not is irrelevant. The fact remains he was in that position to begin with. Okay. Marset, we all, again, I get it. He wanted to play hard just to beat the Vikings. He was only in the game because Dante Pettis just kept screwing up. He just, for whatever reason, he was all thumbs today. So I don't know why he felt he could try to He got the first down. I don't understand any reason why he would try to make more of that and stay inbounds to try to make a play. He wasn't going anywhere. So the smart thing to do obviously would have been to get out of bounds, save the timeout that we had. We only had one. And let's see what we can do moving forward after that. But, you want to play hero ball, and that's what happens when you play hero ball in football. More times than not, you lose. So, but be that as it may, the defense did what the defense does in the second half. They adjust, gave up absolutely. I mean, it really gave up nothing. I mean, the touchdown they got was, it is what it is. What got me more so than anything today was how we were just allowing Justin Jefferson to just freely leave the line.
Yep. There was too many times he was wide open in this game, and I'm just
Right
like,
off
you got to cover him.
Yeah, right off the line of scrimmage. And then on top of that was one play, I believe it was a third down play. I want to say about 3rd and 15. I could be wrong about the yards. But you up and bump and run coverage on Justin Jefferson, especially when you had over the top safety help. Why would Jones, number 31, be up and bump and run coverage, lay off and lead him to the double teams? He's gotta go at least 15 yards to get a first down.
They're talking about that holding call. They called holding. I didn't think that was a holding call. I thought that was just another phantom.
It really don't matter. Why would you be in that position so that a holding call could be called? Get back. You're doubling him over the top. If he does get something underneath, that's great because he won't get the first down. It was just, for me, it was just not smart football. In some cases, defensively by the Chicago Bears. They gave up a lot of the underneath stuff to Justin Jefferson. I guess they were happy with that. But at the same time, though, he still wound up getting in the end zone and also a 2-point conversion, too. Yep. So Justin Jefferson had a dominant football game, just like you expect a dominant player to do. But Justin Fields in the second half looked great. Cole Kmet he finally showed up. I mean, he made a couple of plays that was just amazing. David Montgomery came back after missing 2 weeks with knee and ankle injuries, and he played fantastic too. The defensive tackles is something that we've talked about all season long. They haven't had any success defending the A-gaps because our defensive tackles, in my opinion, and I've said this, quote unquote, they are just undersized DTs. They're defensive ends playing, defensive tackle. So and in the first half, Kyler Gordon did get attacked, but at the same time, he stepped up in the second half, made 2 big tackles on both sides of the field. There was one play in which he forced Kirk Cousins to make a bad pass, which he threw to Kendall Vendor for the interception. So there's a lot of good things to take away from a loss, and I think we have more good things than bad that we can take away from this loss. So today, the weird thing was today was the first time I saw, Tevin Jenkins get a penalty. I mean, I was just blown away. They called a holding call on him. And then when I looked at the replay, I couldn't see one.
Yeah.
But, they called it, but I'm not overly upset because all in all, it was the second half was dominated by the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. And that's not a good look if I'm a Vikings fan. Like,
correct.
And right now, NFC North looks like it could be one of the worst divisions in football right now because the Packers, they lost today. Now the Vikings, they escaped the Chicago Bears. The Detroit Lions got blown out by the Patriots, a 3rd-string quarterback. And then the Bears, well, they're not typically that good anyways, but
but they fought.
Yeah.
And they played hard. The Giants today against the Packers. The Giants wanted that game. You can tell if you watched the game, and I did because it was 3:30 my time because it was played over the water in London. And the Giants wanted that game. The Giants played as if this was a playoff game, and they wanted that game just that bad. It didn't seem like the Packers were interested.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in the second half, man. I mean, I saw a couple of times when Aaron Rodgers was just smiling and laughing, like, y'all just, yeah, we're going to beat y'all. That's the attitude it looked like he had. But back to the Bears, all in all, I really did like the effort from the Bears. The secondary played great, with the exception of that one bonehead mistake by Jones. The first half, I guess they were just trying to, and this is just what it seems like to me, which is the reason why the Bears do so well in the second half. The Bears seem to take what teams want to do in the first half and just counter it in the second, to the point whereas they do pretty well in the second half, which is what they did this time. So defense still played really good, even though they gave up 29 points. Offense, let's see if we can put two halves together. So
I think as a complete team, I think they need to put two halves together.
Yeah.
So that's the one. Go ahead.
In this case, it's the first half.
Yeah.
Let's see. Come out strong in the first half, make our adjustments in the second half, and play the way let's just take this game, pile it in with the rest. And you know what? And then tomorrow you're 0-0, but at the same time, you still got the experiences from the prior game that you can learn from. That we all know Justin Fields can play. We know he can play. It's just, showing up certain little nuances that he has. Like, for example, and I know you're not going to like it when I say this, that great catch by Mooney, if Justin Fields would have saw him a second or two earlier, that was a touchdown. All he had to do was just throw it up. Not throw it up for grass, but just throw it up so that Mooney can catch it in stride. He caught him late. Now, Mooney made an absolutely fantastic catch. But look at the play again. If Justin had caught him early, caught him once he left the line of scrimmage, that would have been a touchdown. So, but that catch right there, I probably would say was probably the start of something great that was going on in Chicago. Yeah. Glad it happened. But, again, let's look at it for what it was. It was a great play, but at the same time, if he had threw it early in stride, then Mooney would have had a touchdown. He had that dude burnt like barbecue chicken, man. And he caught him late. And then he Justin Fields didn't, he didn't, throw it. He threw it short. So,
you mean on the corner route on the first drive?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the heck was up with that. I don't know if it's like that's probably something that we'll have to find out in the press conference. That I guess they'll ask them. Was that a bad route by Mooney, or was that, a bad throw by you? I guess we'll find out, because I know they had like some sort of.
They did replay Mooney on the route. They replayed Mooney off the route. He made a double move, faked in, went out and up, and the DB was just totally froze by it. So he had a good. I'd say he probably had a good 5 yards on him. And again, Justin caught him late, allowing the DB to catch up. So then it was a short pass in which Mooney had to slow down to come back for the pass. Mooney made a great catch, So I don't doubt Mooney's skills and abilities. What I do doubt is him being, the guy in Chicago. So
he's a number 2 for me.
Yeah, I'm still debating, but it's this game for me was a total team loss. The Giants, we can actually throw on the offense. The Giants lost, we can throw on the offense. You know, the Green Bay game, we can still, for the most part, throw it on the offense because the Bears defensively played great in the second half. But today, total team loss. Defense made mistakes, which wound up allowing Minnesota to get that touchdown late. Offense had a horrible first half. You know, there was holding calls, illegal use of the hands, defensive holding. So it was just a total team loss, but at the same time, though, they fought hard, and I'm looking forward to what they can do and what they will do starting on Thursday night against the Commanders.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting game that Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much talked about everything that I thought. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess the only other thing I would like to talk about, I guess, is this whole one. It was nice to see Tevin Jenkins finally play a legit full game and not be on this rotation stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm still of the opinion, and I think every Bear fan can back this statement. When is Lucas Patrick going to start at center instead of Sam Mustipher? Because
he had a penalty today too.
Because right now, I think we're starting to get sick and tired. He had the penalty. I heard it was like some sort of fumble issue or some snap issue that happened.
Yeah.
You know, listen, put somebody else there. And then even now that I'm looking at it, you know, Larry Bourne, he has not looked good at all. And we might need to start talking if Riley Reef might need to get some right tackle play in for Larry Bourne because Larry Bourne has not looked impressive because there were a few times he was caught for holding and I think even a false start or something like that. And then he didn't block. I think he let a block go, which ended up getting field sacked. You know, some of these guys on the offensive line just need to, and that's kind of my whole question. I don't understand, and it's funny because especially when I go to the Dante Pettis thing, they still gave Dante Pettis reps in the games even after the blunders he was making. Like I said, the 2-point conversion that got stuck, that was to Dante Pettis, and I'm like, why to Dante Pettis? He should be sitting on the bench. And my whole issue stands: where's the accountability? If a guy is not showing up to play, tell him to go take a seat down. But they want to critique Tevin Jenkins for having a bad Wednesday practice. And I'm like, bad practices can happen. When you need to show up for the game, I'll say this: Tevin Jenkins on the tape will show up for the games, and he's one of the few linemen that actually hold on to his blocks and blocks his guys. I'm over here looking at a receiver in Dante Pettis. He's given opportunity after opportunity, and he's dropping them. Where's that? And then Sam Mustipher, you can clearly see on the film, he's getting blown up. He's not doing well enough. You can see it on the film. Where's the accountability for him saying, dude, go take a seat down. Lucas, get back at center. Like, is Lucas Patrick hand that bad to where he can't snap? But they're saying from all the reporters, he's snapping. Why is he not going back to his job? You can put somebody else at right guard. Right guard. I know Schofield in the one rep he got in the preseason, he didn't look impressive, but hey, put him at the right guard filling in for Cody Whitehair till he comes back. You know,
well, the offensive line has been trying to figure out which guys can be most effective in which spots. You can definitely tell that they've been moving guys around. Patrick from center to guard, Jenkins at guards. I'm not going to say sparingly. I think him and Bourne has pretty much played about. Actually, Bourne has played 100% of the snaps and I'm just like, why?
Yeah, Bourne's not looking good right now.
No, Bourne is not looking good at all, and he's playing. And the only thing I can think of is he's playing 100% of the snaps because of the depth of what's behind him. There just really isn't anything much behind him. So I'm like, where's Jenkins? Why can't you just put Jenkins at right tackle?
Well, they have Riley Reef at tackle, and they gave him like a $10 million signing bonus.
Yeah.
If he has a $10 million signing bonus, you might as well play him and say, Larry, just take a seat down.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe they just got high hopes for Bourne, and maybe
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I personally, I Bourne, Mustafa, and Patrick.
Yeah, I would move Patrick back to the center because that's the reason why we brought him here.
Center as well too, and let's have Jenkins at right tackle or right guard.
I like him at right
And
guard. I think he's doing good at
I
right
like guard too. As big as he is, he can really move the piles and move the people that's in front of him. So, but I mean, to me, it's just to put Riley Rife at right tackle.
Yeah. And then I guess Schofield or Carter.
Move a left guard. See what he can do there. That way he don't have to do too much moving. He's a big guy. He can pretty much stay mobile at the guard position, but at the same time, he's big and he's strong. Try him at guard, but seems like they really like him at right tackle. I don't understand it. So,
yeah, I question the Bears are actually looking at the film. It's funny because some of the fans can pick apart some of these things a lot faster than the own coaches who get paid professionally to do this. And it's like if you're looking at the film and your interior offensive line is getting blown up, then and it's especially starting at the center position, then you might need to make a change. And honestly, I don't think Whitehair's playing that bad this year. It's just he's just on a bad contract, which they'll probably let Whitehair go by a trade because they don't want to probably pay all that money for his contract.
Yeah. So, and we all know the Bears are doing things from a financial standpoint this year anyway, just so they can have so much cap room for next year. I think right now, as it stands, they're looking at somewhere around upwards of 120 million. So, I mean, that's great, but we're not in next year. We're in this right now. And certain things have to be done. And if they're not done right, losing and injury does happen. And the one thing I do fear is that the fear of saving, money is going to cause, morale to drop, and is also going to cause for someone that we really want next year to get hurt. So,
well, we'll find out. I thought David Montgomery had a solid game in his return. He had a big screen pass. He had another good catch on that last drive where it looked like Fields was going to get sacked, but Fields just let it go. He just checked it down and he picked up the first down right there. David Montgomery. He also got a touchdown. So, again, very solid performance from him. It is wondering if they do want to make him come back for next year, what the money he will be asking for, because you don't really want to pay him too much money. But right now he's kind of the identity of the offense right now. But
with the way Herbert can play, I mean, I see Montgomery as pretty expendable. If they do happen to sign him again, I wouldn't sign him for a long contract. And plus there are other positions on the team that are a little bit more of a need than running. Like wide receiver, offensive line. So we probably could use another cornerback. Those positions to me are a little bit more of a need than running back.
Anyways, guys, any other final comments you have? I think we said all we needed to say.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna probably stay up just a little bit longer. I'm gonna watch the Cowboys and Rams and see if I can catch the Bengals and the Ravens a little bit later on though too.
Okay.
So I might be up a little bit.
All right, guys. Again, if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section. Go ahead.
Yeah, tomorrow's a holiday. I ain't got to go to work, so that's awesome.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's game for the Bears versus the Vikings. Next week on Thursday. Do you want to save it for Friday, or you're gonna be up for Thursday?
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm not going to work on Friday either. So well, let's do it Thursday night.
Okay, yeah. So we'll be back Thursday night after. I'll be watching the game after I'm done coaching a football game. But we'll be back Thursday night to give our thoughts on Bears versus Commanders. The way they looked, the Bears looked today. They should beat the Commanders. I didn't see the score of the Titans Commanders game But we'll see how that goes. But we'll be back
Well,
Thursday.
I mean, both teams are going to be on a 3-4 day of rest,
Yeah.
which I think sucks in the NFL. If you're going to play a team on Thursday night, the least you can do is not play them on Sunday. I mean, I think that with the way the sport is, it's so violent that, I mean, come on now, really?
Hey, it's only Thursday night game. At least it's early on in the season than opposed to late.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean, goodness gracious, man. I mean,
but hey, the good thing is after the Commanders game, they'll have a good chunk of rest because they got Monday night after that.
yeah, but before that, they only get 3 days rest. I mean,
yeah, I know.
I've never liked that with the Thursday night games, but be that as it may, it is what it is. But I'll be awake to watch it.
Yeah. So we'll be back Thursday night to give our game recaps on that, which means we'll try to get our prediction stuff and our recap out a lot faster this week as opposed to this past week we had it. But if you want to get our thoughts on some of the predictions, that's actually uploaded yesterday. But if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this game, and hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Chicago Bears content or any other NFL content, and including NBA content coming up soon. We might have to do a MLB playoff video probably tomorrow because
the
playoffs are almost done.
Phillies,
yeah.
they handled this. Now just waiting on someone between Padres and the Mets.
So yeah, we could probably. I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so we could do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, let me know.
Okay. All right, guys. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, have a great rest of your day. Peace.